Magandang araw po sa lahat ng senior citizen. Tayo po ay magbibigay lamang muli ng konting kaalaman kaugnay nga ng inyong mga benepisyo at pribilehiyo bilang senior citizen. Kaya siguraduhin tapusin nyo po ang video na ito dahil malaking tulong po ito para sa inyo. Nais nyo na ba itong malaman? Halina't atin itong talakayin. Bago tayo magpatuloy, siguraduhin nakasubscribe kayo sa ating official YouTube channel na BALITA TV. Ang inyo pong mapapanood ngayong araw ay ang part 2 ng pagtalakay ng Senate of the Philippines sa mga benepisyo at pribilehiyo na planong isakatuparan ngayong taon para sa ating mga lolo at lola na senior citizen, mapapensioner at hindi ng SSS at Gsis, basta 60 years old pataas. Dapat nyo pong mapanood ito. Sa mga hindi pa po nakapanood ng part 1, click nyo lang po ang link na lalabas sa inyong screen upang mapanood ang buong detalye. At ilalagay din po natin sa description box ang link ng part 1. Bilang pagpapatuloy, narito po ang ilan sa mga batas na tinalakay ng Senate para sa ating mga lolo at lola na senior citizen. Una sa listahan, ang Universal Social Pension. Pangalawa, pagtataas ng monthly pension na tinatanggap ng mga senior citizen sa social pension. Pangatlo, lingap para kay Lolo at Lola Act. Pang-apat, pagtataas ng monthly pension na tinatanggap ng mga indigent senior citizen sa social pension. Alam ko interesado ka nang mapanood ito, kaya atin na pong panoorin ang part 2 ng aktwal na pagtalakay ng Senate of the Philippines sa mga nasabing benepisyo para sa ating mga lolo at lola na senior citizen.
Our dear friend, our good friend, Congressman Rodolfo M. Ordanes, party list ng senior citizen. Sir, you have the floor.
Today, in behalf of the House of Representatives, Special Committee on Senior Citizens. This legislative measure on increasing the social pension of indigent senior citizens can be our landmark contribution this 18th Congress, which may leave a lasting legacy to our elderly and their families to assist them at this difficult time and help augment their cost of daily subsistence and medical needs. Senior citizens are one of the most economically vulnerable demographic in the country. According to studies, our senior citizens become more economically vulnerable as they age, since they are less likely to find employment while their medical expenses continue to pile up due to sickness, disability, or increasing family responsibilities. According to statistics on Social Security in 2019, out of the projected 8.8% of the Philippine population, which will comprise senior citizens, studies suggest that only 20% of them will benefit from retirement of old age pensions. Meanwhile, about 3.8 million of indigent senior citizens is covered by existing government social pension program. Thus, under existing measures, almost 55% of the senior citizens are receiving no pension at all. Therefore, our current measures are clearly inadequate to protect our vulnerable seniors, since it leaves a multitude of them outside the protection of our government. And even for the seniors who are already receiving pension, the continuing rising cost of living in the country, the unemployment of household members arising from the pandemic and other conditions necessitate the need to supplement the funds available to them. Without the proposed measure, millions of senior citizens, regardless of indigency, will be placed at a high risk of economic insecurity and resulting poverty. However, it is hoped that the validated or waitlisted 4,599,589 senior citizens in the DSWD clean listed indigent social pension beneficiaries as of January 21, 2022, will be afforded the funding they need as well. The plight of our seniors ran contrary to the 1987 Constitution, which mandates the state has a duty to care for its elderly members through programs of social security and its policy under existing laws, which emphasizes its obligation to reaffirm the valued Filipino tradition of caring for the elderly and foster their capacity to attain more meaningful and productive aging. More than 2 years na po ang COVID-19 pandemic with the lockdowns, slumping economy, threatened recession and public fatigue. It is only but fitting that the authors and co-authors of these 28 consolidated bills in the House of Representatives stand firmly on the belief that older persons have the unconditional right to income security. Thus, social pension is the most effective way to provide dignity to older persons. This bill may yet be our relevant response to provide indigent senior citizens with economic security they deserve to safeguard their welfare. With the foregoing premises, I am urging this committee to favorably consider this important measure. Sa ating pong mga pinakamamahal na senador, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagmamahal sa aming mga senior citizens. Muli po, maraming salamat po at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Congressman Ompong Ordonez of Senior Citizens Party List. We'll proceed now with different government agencies, and then we go with people's organization of senior citizens. Let's hear now from the Department of Budget and Management. We have here with us Mr. Mark James Evangelista, Chief Budget and Management Specialist. Sir, you're recognized.
On the part of the DBM po, we would like to state po that we recognize and support the intention of the bills. As a matter of fact po, for this year, for FY 2022 GAA, meron po tayong allotment na 25 billion under ng DSWD budget for 500 pesos provision for the 3,835,066 indigent senior citizens. Considering po yung provision po ng bill, given this constant figure of 3 million indigent senior citizens, it would be 50 billion po, dear Senator. So, we would also like to be clarified po at this point po, ano po ba talaga yung gagawin po nating basis or official number po ng beneficiaries, so that the department would be able to come up with a more than accurate number for the required budgetary allocation po for the coming year. Yun po, Mr. Chair.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The data that you made mention, no? For the past 5 years, in 2018, the GAA budget for social pension for indigent senior citizens is about 19 billion 282 million. Ngayon po is 25 billion 18 million for 2022, and the target is 4,085,066. I'm just confused with the figures that you may mention, but anyway, this is from the records of the Department of Social Welfare and Development. We'll hear from them.
Yes.
Atin na po munang tatapusin dito ang inyong panonood. Ano po ang masasabi nyo sa naging pagtalakay na ito ng Senate para sa mga benepisyo ng mga lolo at lola natin na planong isakatuparan ngayong taon? I-comment nyo na po sa baba ang inyong sentimiento sa balitang ito at abangan nyo din po ang part 3 ng pagtalakay na ito sa susunod nating balita. Maraming salamat po. At kung nagustuhan mo ang video na ito, mag-comment ka na, i-like and share mo na rin, Huwag din kalimutan mag-subscribe. Salamat po sa panonood. Hanggang sa muli.